The Kazakhstan kid who made Chelsea panic buy a teenager. Kazakhstan, land of steppes, snow leopards, and, according to every football scout with a functioning pulse right now, the next global superstar. Nobody saw this coming. Not you, not me. 16-year-old walked in and started breaking records like they owed him money. His name is Dastan Satpayev. His own national teammate compared him to Cristiano Ronaldo. Chelsea didn't just sign him, they pre-ordered him like he's the next iPhone, except the release date is his 18th birthday. Yes, really. He's been at one club since he was basically a toddler. Satpayev was born August 12, 2008 in Almaty, Kazakhstan, and joined the Kairat Academy as a young kid, years before most of us had mastered tying our shoes. While other kids were losing teeth and losing arguments with their vegetables, this kid was already being groomed by a professional football academy. One club, one badge, his entire childhood. Loyalty like that doesn't exist anymore. Not in football, not in relationships, not even in streaming subscriptions. But being an academy kid is one thing. Actually stepping onto a senior pitch and not looking lost, that's a completely different beast. His senior debut was a 1-0 snoozer he made sure that wouldn't last. April 7th, 2024. Satpayev makes his senior debut for Kairat Jastar, the reserve side, in a scrappy 1-0 win over FK Altai. Nothing flashy, no fireworks, just a teenager quietly clocking in for his first shift. Think of it like your first day at a new job. You don't try to run the meeting, you just try not to embarrass yourself. He didn't embarrass himself. In fact, less than 5 months later, he did something that made everyone stop calling him quiet. Let's talk about the goal that changed the conversation. August 29th, 2024, Satpayev nets his first senior goal. Sounds small, right? One goal, one line on a stat sheet. Except this is the moment scouts stopped writing watch list and started writing how fast can we get him. In football, the first goal is never really about the goal, it's proof of concept. It's the universe going, yeah, this one's real. And once the universe confirms you're real, the national team comes calling. Fast. Faster than anyone expected. And that's where things get genuinely absurd. He became the youngest Kazakhstan debutant in history, March 19th, 2025. Kazakhstan beats Curacao 2-0 in a friendly, and buried in that scoreline is a name, Dastan Satpayev, age 16 years, 7 months, and 10 days old. Officially the youngest player to ever wear the senior Kazakhstan shirt. For context, that's an age where most people are stressing about a math exam, not a national team call-up. Records like that don't happen by accident. They happen because a federation looks at a teenager and thinks, we cannot afford to wait. And it turns out, neither could one of the biggest clubs on the planet. Fabrizio Romano said the magic words, "Here we go." If you know football Twitter, you know that phrase carries more weight than an actual contract signature. Chelsea agreed a deal for Satpayev, reportedly around £4 million, finalized in February 2025, for a Kazakh teenager most of the football world hadn't heard of yet. That's not a transfer, that's a bet. A very confident, very specific bet. But here's the twist nobody expected. Chelsea couldn't even take him yet. Why? Because of a rule that sounds made up but isn't, joining Chelsea on his actual birthday. Because of transfer regulations, Satpayev can't officially join Chelsea until he turns 18, which happens to be August 12, 2026. So instead of signing on a random Tuesday like everyone else, this kid's transfer is scheduled like a birthday party. Happy birthday! Here's your Chelsea contract. Meanwhile, the rest of us get a card and maybe a Spotify playlist. And when he does walk through those doors, he's not just another signing. He's making history before he's even kicked a ball in England. the first Kazakh in Chelsea, and the Premier League. Ever, no Kazakh player has ever played in the Premier League. Not one. Ever. Satpayev is about to become the trailblazer for an entire footballing nation at a club with more trophies than most countries have. Imagine being handed the responsibility of representing your whole country's football future, and you're still not old enough to be trusted with the aux cord on a long car ride by some family's standards. No pressure, right? Well, turns out pressure is kind of his thing, because on the continent's biggest stage, he joined an elite club of teenage Champions League scorers when Satpayev scored his first Champions League goal at 17 years, 3 months, and 14 days old. He entered a club with exactly 2 other members, Lamine Yamal and Ansu Fati, the only players younger than him to have done it. That's not promising young player territory. That's genuinely one of the rarest talents on the planet right now territory. And if that stat alone doesn't sell you, wait until you hear who he did it against. Kairat versus Real Madrid. David showed up to fight Goliath. Picture this. Kairat Almaty, a club from a country not exactly known for football pedigree, traveling nearly 6,900 kilometers across 3 time zones just to play their group stage matches, and then hosting 15-time European champions Real Madrid at home. That's the football equivalent of your local pub team getting drawn against a Champions League final side, except it actually happened, and Satpayev was the reason anyone outside Kazakhstan cared to watch. That kind of stage either breaks a young player or builds a legend. Spoiler, it built a legend, and the numbers back it up. Youngest ever goal scorer for Kazakhstan, top 5, young talent on earth, and the coach's pick for best player in the league. Satpayev scored for Kazakhstan against Belgium in a World Cup qualifier at just 17 years and 95 days old, the youngest goal in the country's history. He was named among the world's best young talents born in 2008 by a major outlet's Next Generation list, ranked among the elite top 5 young footballers on the planet by another, and was named the best player of the entire Kazakhstan Premier League season by his own head coach. Oh, and he already has a league title and a domestic cup with Kairat. At 17, some of us are still trying to win an argument with our landlord, so here's the deal. A kid from Almaty who joined his academy as a child is about to become the first Kazakh in Premier League history. Already has a Champions League goal that puts him next to Lamine Yamal, and his own teammate compared him to Cristiano Ronaldo. With a straight face. Kazakhstan football will genuinely never be the same after this. If this kind of story, the underdog nobody saw coming, is your kind of football content, you already know what to do. Hit subscribe because the next Hidden Gem story drops soon. And, trust me, you don't want to be the one hearing about the next Satpayev a year late.